Yes, I'm sorry. It's recording. You guys are good to go.
Cool. Thank you. All righty. So I posted on the Facebook group. I don't know if you guys saw it, but I'll show you where to get it. If you're wondering what I'm using on our KW Dulles agent team. Over here, you should have like a recent files. And the very first one is customize your sales pipeline. You'll just click on it. It'll take you to the post. And then you click on that and it'll download down here, right? And then that's just what I have right there. Perfect. So what we want to do is you want to take all this information that we like or don't like and put it to use to help us, keep track of our deals and our contracts, make sure we're, hitting our timelines and not forgetting anything and communicating with our sellers. In this case, this is a listing checklist. I'll try to find a good buyer checklist too, and send it to you guys when I find a good one. But I figured we'd start with the listing one. So, okay, so let's go ahead and log into Command. And get started. Okay, so down here with the two hands holding each other, that's gonna be your opportunities. So we'll click on that. And what we're gonna do is go ahead and jump right into, we'll just go right into Cultivate first. So we'll start there. So as you can see, we have the different stages. We have a Cultivate stage, appointment stage, active, under contract, and then when everything's done, it's closed. But right now we're under Cultivate, and we have essentially three different levels here. We have someone we just met, someone that we're kind of nurturing, and then essentially a hot lead that might turn into the next stage, which is an appointment. So under this stage, we have some things that we want to do to move them along. And you'll notice we have percentages here. And the percentages essentially are trying to note odds of that opportunity turning into a closed opportunity. So obviously a new contact that if you guys could just mute your mic unless you have a question. So you can update these, percentages based on your own personal preference or what you think you might be able to close based on, how you run your business. But these are like the default ones that you're left with. So in order to update these stages and the different checklists, as you can see, I have 0 out of 1 checklist item on this one. We go up here, we can edit our stages. It's right up here next to, so from here, we can do a number of things. We can rearrange the stages by clicking and dragging. We can add checklist items by clicking on right here, this little green checklist item areas. We can decide about client updates. So client updates are an interesting, let's actually circle back to that because it's not really that important in this part. So let's circle back to that. Go back to edit stages. So I already have a few checklist items here, but let's just see. These are just like kind of what I initially did. Let's see what this has us want to do for our watch. So this would say, get the phone number of lead, get the email, and get the address. So those would be the 3 different steps you'd want to do in the watch phase according to this. So follow-up call, text, and email. So I already have that one in there. So as I would do that with a brand new lead, I would mark these off, right? So I'm gonna, if I wanted to add another item here or change the order of the item, you can click and drag here. And we have this client update. Don't worry about that client update. If I don't like one of these and I want to get rid of one, you can just click on the 3 little dots and we can either edit it by changing the name, or we can delete that checklist item. And I want to point out it's not entirely obvious, but every time someone is, an opportunity is created, these checklist items pop up for each client as a brand new checklist item if they're in this stage. So what I mean by that is if you have a brand new contact that you created an opportunity for and you put them into the Cultivate watch. So we're at the, what is this one called? Yeah, in the Cultivate stage. But this one specifically, oh, it's just called I have it called New Contact. If I put them into the New Contact Cultivate stage, these checklist items are going to pop up for every single opportunity I put there. Okay, so it's going to keeps it consistent, in my opinion. So let's see what it wants us to do for so this is the part, the nurture part wants us to do the follow-up, put seller on drip campaign, and send a call to action, phone, email, direct. Okay.
Michael, can you go back and show me how you got this list on Facebook? Because I'm on Facebook and I cannot find the list.
So you have to go to the KW Agent Dulles team, KW
Okay.
Dulles Agent team.
Okay, that's where I am.
And then over on the right-hand side, you'll see files.
Oh, file, okay.
Yeah, so click on the customize your sales and then it will pop up with my post and then you click on the PDF and it'll download for you.
Oh, got it, thanks.
Okay. So I might want to consider updating this. It would be nice if you could, you know what I could do is I could just, since that one, I could just turn that into my nurture phase. And then I could turn that to the 7%. And then this could be my new contact, bring it back to 5%. And then I could edit this first one. And this first one would be get phone number, save, add item, get email, save, and get address. Save. Save. So now I have my new contact phase is now updated to have the get phone number, get email, get address. And my nurture phase is now updated. I think it was a little different. It was a follow-up call, then drip campaign. So put seller on drip campaign. I like that one. I'm going to do that one too. So I'm just doing this with you guys, like how you're going to do it. So I'm going to edit this. I'm going to put them on a drip campaign. And then I'm going to, and you can like add on to this, send a call to action, phone call, email, or direct mail. That one I don't like so much. I'm not going to do that because the drip campaign will probably accomplish that. So, and then contact seller to set listing appointment would be what you would do for the third one. Let's see. What do I have there? Call to set up appointment. Perfect. So every time I put someone in one of these cultivate stages, this is the systematic ways that I'm going to go about contacting this person to move them along from the cultivate stage onto the appointment stage. Let's see. I think I have a question in the chat here. Oh, Kari put it in the chat. Thanks, Kari. The document. So those are all saved. I like the way those look. I'm going to go back to listings. I'm going to go to the appointment stage and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to edit the stages. And I think I got rid of some of these. So they have a schedule initial appointment, then initial appointment, contract appointment, and post appointment. Interesting. See, that's probably too much for me. I like to keep things a little simpler. So I just thought I would just schedule it. It's, then it's scheduled and I have the things I would send before it. And then they kept the appointment and then I'll send them the documents. So I'll probably take some of these items from these four. But see, I decided to keep it a little different and I went ahead and got rid of a stage. So I probably need to update these probability numbers a little bit. Because probably once I have one scheduled, I could probably increase that maybe to like 25% and then move the kept. I'm pretty sure if I have an appointment with somebody, it might even go up to 50-50 whether I get it or not. Depends if I grow my mustache out or not, I suppose. Anyway, but yeah, I kind of like the ways. I would need to update these items though, the scheduling. So confirm and then send thank you text. What are they thinking here? So update database, update opportunity details, and then we'll start to create a listing folder, create the presentation, and then create and find comps. So this is essentially getting yourself, ready for the appointment. I wonder what SELM, what is that? What do you think? What do you guys think that stands for? Obtain signature on contract. I wonder if did he put a, no? I don't know what he means by that. My head's not working. I can't put it together in my head. Okay. So let's talk about what it looks like though. Because I wonder.
Is it not like entering the information?
I'm not sure, honestly. I don't know.
I think it's like entering the information on MLS. No?
I don't know. Obtain a signature on contract and SELM. Exclusive right to list, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what it stands for.
Yeah, except seller's exclusive list. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I know who made it, so I'll get a hold of him. Maybe he could tell me. Yeah.
There it is. Seller instruction to exclude listing.
Oh. Seller instruction to exclude listing.
That's meaning when they agree to sell the home, then you start to enter all the.
No, that means if the seller wants to exclude it from the MLS, you have to send that to the MLS.
So why would I?
Some people might not want it in the MLS.
I guess. I can think of at least one person. This is part of an addendum. Thanks, Sandra. Awesome. Well, I guess I'm more used to traditional listings. I haven't had enough listings to encounter people who wouldn't want their home listed on the MLS, except for one. And maybe I should have offered that to her, I suppose. But the other party didn't want it, so I don't know how that would have gone. Anyway, I digress. So what I want to do now is I want to go over what it looks like to use these checklists to set timelines and to automatically update your clients. So for instance, let's go ahead and just have this one in the, how about like the negotiations phase? Do I have anything in there? Okay, no. Price reduction. Let's just put in, what should we do here? Actually, the published listing might be a good one. Let's just put it in I like the coming soon one. What do I have here? I don't have anything here. So let's edit these stages. There should be 3 items there. Schedule photos, Creeper Shores. Oh, right, staging, there we go. Okay, so what we can do here is we could select this to be a client update. So what this will do is on the day that it's set to be done. So let's say I schedule to have photos done this upcoming Wednesday. At that time, it will, when I click this as done, it will send our client an email saying that this, essentially it'll say whatever we want it to say. So how do I need to edit it. I wanted to. You know, I just went through this and it's like it's missing. Let me, I think it sends a standard email. Maybe you can't update the emails quite yet. So I'm part of like a lab group that we go through and like we test new stuff that's coming out. It'll send an email, and I think it's what it's gonna do is gonna say that it's been scheduled, but I wanted to tell the client that what day it's scheduled for. You know, that would be more helpful. Let's see here. Let's just see. I'm gonna have to test that more, but essentially that's what it's doing. It's gonna allow it to shoot an email off to your clients. Let's take a look at what the different options are with that though. So we'll go to command settings, opportunity settings, client updates. So an individual opportunity, click on the client updates button in the top right to manage emails for that specific opportunity. In an individual, I'm going to click on the client updates button on the top right to manage emails for that specific. I didn't see that button there. Click the switch to activate client emails. Any client update changes in the opportunity will override settings. Okay. Primary client only. Let's give you an idea of what it'll look like. Checking things off the list. Here's a summary of the task completed. And it'll show what you've been doing. This will have your information. It won't be Irene Murphy, whoever that is. Okay, so I need to, in an individual opportunity, click on the client updates button on the top right to manage emails for that specific opportunity. All right, maybe I missed it. It's possible. I did. Silly me. Client updates. Okay. Selection should override default settings for this opportunity. Okay. Email template. So essentially this is just telling them what you've been doing, you know, as you check stuff off the list. So this would send daily progress emails if you wanted it to. And then you can decide when those emails go out. And you can add people that may not, you know, maybe you want to add a an admin, or if it's your admin doing this, your admin wants to add you, things like that. I don't want her to get emails right this second since it's not quite listed yet. So, okay, so you can't customize the emails quite yet, but essentially it's going to update them with the items that are being checked off so they can see what you're doing as you do it. So if it were me, I would probably do a test opportunity and see how those look. And if you're okay with how they look as you check them off and the emails are sent to your personal email, then you can go ahead and use it. Does that make sense, everybody? Sorry if that was a bit clunky. I just, for some reason, I feel like they moved that because I thought it was in a different spot before. Okay. And that's basically what we're doing here. So then as I go through and I scheduled those photos, I'm not going to update her. And then there we go. We can set our due dates over here. All right. So if we schedule this for, let's just schedule it for today at right now, we should be able to, oh, hold on. I don't want to check it off yet. If it's due today, we go to our task lists, our opportunity tasks, right? So we can see this is due today. So this is something you could be checking every day, your opportunity tasks, different than contact tasks. Contact tasks are more for like the nurture phase, you know, calling, following up with somebody. This is all the stuff you need to do for all of your deals that's going on. So schedule staging, and that's the one I just put for today. And if I click it off from here, hopefully, it has in the past, it should check it off on the actual opportunity also. Yep, and it checked it off here. So pretty neat way to kind of just keep track of everything, you know, give yourself due dates, tasks. I like checking boxes. It feels good, get stuff done. And a way to organize all your things. You are able to inside of so right now, this is an individual opportunity. You know what, I have my default checklist items, right? But let's say there's something interesting about this property that I need to do, like, you know, call a landscaper. For a quote, right? I probably won't do that for every property, but I want to do it for this one. And I need to do that by today too. And then save. So now I can create my own, like a one-off for each one as well. Give them due dates, same thing. So this won't pop up for every single deal that goes into the staging phase, but it's for this one. So that way it reminds me, and I put a due date. So it's going to be on my task list under the opportunity tasks, that I can remind myself to call a landscaper to get a quote for this property for, I don't know, mulch, make it look better for the listing. So any questions with that? Do you think it's helpful? Would this be helpful for you guys to organize your database or organize your deals this way, to have check? I'm sure anyone who's done a deal would appreciate a good checklist and making sure to remind them when to do certain things.
Okay, so the checklist you created, but you still have to send the email. You need to go to your email account to send the email, or the command will send the email automatically.
Yeah, so in order for your client to get an update that you completed it, all you have to do is just click client update, and then when you check it off, they'll get an email saying that you completed that.
Okay, so you don't have to write the email. It will
No.
automatically, okay.
You don't. It's essentially they're going to get an email that looks like this. Here's a summary of the task we've completed, and it's going to show what you did. And they may have a question. They might just give you a call or shoot you a text like, hey, I saw you. What do you mean by this email or whatever? But as you do things, they're going to get more maybe accustomed to seeing the email that you're doing stuff. So along those lines, make sure you have your marketing profile done. So that way it populates those emails with your information. So just to recap where that is, all I did was click on my name and then settings. And then I went to connect settings and then marketing profile. Make sure all this is updated with your picture and your phone number and your contact information, right? And then make sure it's clicked onto green. So that way Command knows to use all this information on all of your marketing material, including emails. So that's what I got for you today. Only about 20, 25 minutes, but I thought it would be a good, especially with, you know, how quickly stuff's moving, to be able to organize your deals with checklists. And as you can see, that task popped up as something to do for myself as well on my home screen when I log into Command as well.
Do we have a buyer checklist too?
I'm looking for a good one, like this, a similar one to this. There's one out there. I just need to get it and send it to you guys. Okay, so was there any questions with how I did that, or I can even open up to any general Command questions that anyone may have too? Awesome. All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Mike.
So now all the class will be on Wednesday at 3 o'clock?
Yeah, we moved it because there's a bunch of Vesta classes that are coming up off and on that are kind of more, they hit that 11 o'clock time period on Wednesday. So we just figured this was the time that no classes were really scheduled for like continuing ed or anything like that.
Okay.
So yeah, going forward, Wednesdays at 3 will be when I do my Command classes.
Sounds good.
All right, like I said, thank you so much for coming, guys.